29:30.
There we go. Good. You're in. Hot enough over there? Drummer nuts?
We should explore that.
Okay, so I'm gonna fade down on that. Okay, well, I'm Bill Brennan. This is Dr. Chris Engleman, my therapist throughout my life. And this show is called The Drummer is Nuts. And we don't know what the heck we're doing.
Why do you call it that?
Because I'm nuts. I have no problem admitting that.
Have I ever said that?
Many, many times.
Okay.
So, you know, I don't even know what we're doing here. I just wanted to do this little program on some drum things, and maybe we'll talk about being a freelance drummer, being a freelance bass player.
Being scared to play drums, like
Well,
frustrations with being a drummer.
That's the main thing I wanted to talk about. You know, I get it all the time that, let's see, wait, what do I do here? By the way, we're experimenting. As a matter of fact, let me show you what's going on here. We have this camera in front of us where you can see us two, and we have this tape deck that's playing tapes like this drum tape, and we have this other angle, which is this. Let me reach behind Chris's head here, and you can kind of see what's going on with us here. We have this thing where my hands are. We have this little studio. So let's do. I'm going to turn these nutty drums down just to make sure you guys can hear us. We have this little studio here. It's called the Basic Room at Channel 54. And we have these TV monitors in front of us. Have this one here. Are we hearing high end
I think you're feeding back.
Let's turn that down.
It's kind of some nutty feedback.
Okay, turn the high end down a little bit. And then behind us we have, over here I'm reaching behind Chris, we have this monitor here that actually has all these white patterns and wow, different effects like crazy.
Like nuts.
But there you can see, so you can see this other monitor in here. Then here we have a computer thing with different deals. The Drummer is Nuts is on there. And then we have this one I'm pointing to here where we have the main, what is being recorded. Have that going out there, and then you have me sitting here and
playing drums at the same time.
Down here,
how do you do that?
There's Chris Engleman too. Okay, so anyway, but that's on the background camera, and on the other camera is one where you can see us both. Okay, so you can reach me, see? All right, wait, let me put my hat on too.
Okay.
That's my hat.
We needed hats.
It's my hat from Rob's Music.
So that was the uniform we were supposed to have for the show.
This is where my
hats. Coop Studios.
Coop Studios, a bunch of buddies there, and Rob's Music, a bunch of buddies there. So anyway, so the reason I wanted to do this is because actually this time slot that this is showing in is Boulder Diversity Boulder's time slot, and they do this program every Monday night live, and then it's shown a number of times throughout the week, which this is as well, or this is going to be now. Anyway,
and you're very diverse.
I really talk good. So I'm taking over their time slot for the summer because they didn't want to do it. They wanted to take a little break, and they asked me if I could throw in any music stuff. I don't know. He's nuts.
Where did the drummer go?
So they asked if I could do anything musical for the summer or something. So I just thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll play tapes, or we'll do this, and that's what we're doing right now.
We're going to play tapes.
We're going to play tapes.
Because that's interesting.
It is interesting, and the reason I wanted to play tapes, first of all, was to...
Because you're on them.
I'm on a lot of them, and people say to me all the time, wow, you're a drummer, that must be the greatest life, that must be so fun, and you're so lucky to do that, and I know I am lucky. I do feel like it's been a great gift to me, and I have been very lucky to play drums all these years.
I'll get them. Go ahead, keep going. I'll get this. I'll clean up.
It's been a great thing to be able to make a living at this, but at the same time, I'm a very self-conscious guy, so it has been, I use the word torturous for me all the time. When I'm on stage, I'm under stress the whole time, and maybe many musicians are. I am stressed out to the max. Every second I'm on there, I'm like self-conscious and worried about what everybody thinks. Not only the audience, of course, but what everybody in the band thinks. Am I going too fast? Am I playing too loud? It's torture. So I wanted to have Chris Engleman, certainly one of my best friends, and the guy that knows me musically better than anybody in Boulder, who has really helped me to get a lot of work and to learn to be a freelance drummer, but really knows about this issue for me, and I thought he'd be really good to talk about this. So I have a lot of these tapes with me playing drums. Some of them have Chris.
Different bands.
Different bass players, different bands. Over the years. Mark Diamond, a great bass player, is on a lot of these. Mostly in the early 90s, I used to record myself for therapeutic reasons with Rob Candler's video machine, just to see his camera, just to see how I was doing, see if I could improve. And the interesting thing is, I play drums on most of these tapes the same that I do now, and the same that I did 10 years before that. So it doesn't matter.
That's what you think.
Well, that is what I think.
That's what you think.
So anyway,
but we'll see. Maybe we'll see.
Maybe we will, and maybe
we pick the right tapes.
Maybe, let's watch this for a second. Listen to this.
Okay. See now. Let me turn you up.
Turn me up, dude.
It's kind of a funk thing there.
Hip hop.
Who's playing that funky bass?
I don't know.
Okay, now.
Yeah, whenever you make a mistake, you have to turn it off. It was stupid. I was just trying.
See, now you're laughing at your playing, right? Now, why are you laughing at your playing? Why are you laughing?
Because it's bad. Because I made a big mistake.
Do you think that people are going to say, wow, that's really terrible. You made a really big mistake. That drummer.
Yeah.
You think they're going to say that? And you're worried about that?
Well, I'm not really worried about it now because nobody's watching this show. But
now, when you were playing, however, when you were doing this, when you were taping this, when you were recording it, did you think to yourself when that happened, did you think, I really screwed up? Or, I mean, you're not playing in front of people in this situation, so that probably makes a big difference for one thing.
Well, I'm all by myself.
Right.
This is just practicing drums, just playing around, and I probably don't have a real fear thing going because I'm all by myself.
Right.
However, when I thought about showing this to anybody, then I did think about that stuff.
You thought about what people would think of how you're sounding on this? For example, people that are watching this now, would you be concerned that they're making some kind of judgment about, how you're sounding playing on this? And you would have some concern about that you're inadequate or something, or that you're just not good enough in people's eyes? Is that...
When I made this, hold on, wait. Let's do it again. waiting for that flub.
I was not waiting for a flub. I was just listening.
When I made this, I mean, I turned it up in that part because I didn't think I made as many mistakes then. But when I messed something up, I sat there, and when I would rewatch this thing, I'd think of guys like Brian McRae or Dave Watts or local guys seeing this on TV and going, man, he sucks. Listen to that. Listen to the mistakes he made. Or Mark Diamond seeing this and going, wow, man, he's just not happening, you know, or Mitch.
Well, of course, we'll talk about this a lot later, but the point of music is not a competition, is it really now, Bill? Is
no, I know it's not a competition.
But it is about having fun, and yet you sometimes are not having fun. That is an issue. That is the issue.
You know, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
I know it's not about competition, and it's about this thing and falling into loving the music and being there one with the music and stuff. But when I'm on stage, I've done this for a long time, and I know that musicians are critical of each other. I know that they judge and they say this guy's better, this guy's not as good, he sucks, and all that kind of stuff. And so when I'm on stage, I'm imagining all that kind of
and so that affects you
me.
That people are making judgments about you. In other words, you have a hard time just sitting there and playing and enjoying the music and being involved with the music and not having that enter into your head whether someone is judging how well you're playing or not playing, or I mean, you're not so involved in the music that you aren't allowing some of that to get in there. In other words, you're not completely involved in the music because you are allowing some of that to enter into your into your head.
You know, people talk about all that all the time about how the music thing that's the ideal of music, is when you lose yourself in it and you flow with it. I literally do not know if I've ever in these 30 years or something of playing music, I don't know if I've ever had that experience
do you
of
think
losing
that
myself in the music.
If other people say that, do you think they're not telling the truth?
No, I think they are, and I'm envious and jealous to the max. And guys like, Andy Weil, I talked to him once about this 15 years ago or something, and said, God, what could I do, and what's it like for you? And he said, it's not torture and it's not a self-conscious thing if you love the music, and it's not hard to practice, and if you love the music. And I really believe that about him, that he loves playing music. I think Mark Diamond loves playing music, and I have just never been able to.
I mean, and
get there.
the thing is, though, is that you love to play music too, but there's other things going on.
I love it when it's like this, when I'm by myself, but when I'm on stage.
Right, it's just, you love to play music because you love the music and you love listening to the music, and the way you play music is obvious that you love the music, but you do have some other concerns going on as far as being insecure about what other people are going to think of you. In your playing.
That's what it's all about.
That's the whole thing.
It's totally about that for me.
Do you want to put a tape in here of
actually, I was
some
gonna,
history?
Just to show something.
Right.
I was gonna, anybody that sees this, please forgive me for not knowing this system better. I'm learning all these machines, so I'm just gonna have to go like this, stop a tape, and then put something else in. But you can still see us.
And that's pretty exciting,
isn't it? If you really want to see us.
I know I'm excited.
Here, wait, watch this. Let's do this.
Where did we go?
Where did we go?
We've really faded away.
Better not.
I know I was getting older.
Before. Okay, look at this. Now, is
Wait,
this a man?
Let's
is that a guy who is
enjoying
his playing?
Well, I don't know, but let's hear the playing. How about let's hear the playing?
Mark Diamond?
You're smiling. Look, you're smiling.
Okay. So to yourself. Okay. So Chris just pointed out. He says yes.
Go ahead. I'll get this.
Okay, but he says, look, you're smiling. And I, in fact, was smiling. And what I have always said about this is the truth, that when I'm on stage, if somebody looks back at me, like this is Jumpin' Johnny or Mark Diamond, if one of those guys looks back at me with a look of something pleasant, like they're smiling, then
You'll
I
smile
smile
back.
back, because I think, oh, something's going good here. They like what I'm doing. If they don't smile, if they're not smiling, not looking pleasant, I'll smile at them anyway to try to draw a smile out of them because I'm so scared.
So when you're playing right now, if you're playing right here, what do you think? Are you thinking about something? Are you just thinking about how the song goes? Are you thinking of this is really fun? Are you thinking partly, gosh, I hope I'm playing okay, or I hope the people that I'm playing with are liking what I'm doing, or I hope I'm not screwing up?
I'm thinking totally that, not
Really?
partly, totally that.
Totally that.
I'm totally absorbed and obsessed and involved in that kind of thinking. Is this note too loud? Is this, that crash, was that stupid? Why is he looking back at me like this? Does that mean he doesn't like what I'm doing? It's all
So
about
you are
this
not
torture.
in the music really
No.
much at all.
And that's why I don't
Because-
feel like I improve, is because, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's good. No, because I think that is an important, I think if you're really involved in the music, all those outside things aren't interfering with your playing. You don't have time to be thinking about those things because you're sort of lost in just the playing of music. You're lost, I don't know, it's one of those things that's hard to describe in words, but of course, how do you describe it?
Without words. In worms,
Yeah.
Roxanne.
What's words? Right. So the smiles have nothing to do with enjoying the music. Those are smiles of wanting to be liked or to be
All about
appreciated.
that.
It's
all about wanting to be liked. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, and that's mostly having to do with the musicians that you're playing with. You're not at this point so concerned about what the audience is thinking, or is that? Maybe that's part of it too.
It is definitely
That
part
is.
of it. And if I see somebody in the audience smiling at me, then I smile back at that, and I feel like, wow, somebody likes, somebody's not.
Okay, and that's another issue. What if it's a pretty girl? Does
Drive me crazy because then all of a sudden, I'm scared enough with girls in conversation, and if girls are out there watching me on stage, though, it's more torture.
Mm-hmm. Now, some would say that playing music is a way. You're really exposing yourself, your inner self, in a way. Do you feel like your anxieties about just your interactions with people in general get magnified somehow playing music because you are up on stage in front of people, and that maybe your inner anxieties and problems with that are actually magnified, so that in fact playing music is almost worse than just your normal interacting with people?
Definitely. And it's you're exactly right. This is the way that I am in social situations, in any situation. I'm self-conscious and really down on myself. And so being on stage like this, being up here on stage is the ultimate exposure and the ultimate self-conscious thing. There's nowhere I can go. I'm even in worse shape, I think, than the other players, because the other players can turn around, they can walk away, they can stop playing. The drums, you're stuck. You're right there. I'm facing the world. I can close my eyes.
Right.
I do that a lot just to try to get into the music and to not be so scared of.
Yet, as you know, that people who know you, that I certainly hear from people that know you, everyone will say, "Oh, Billy, he's always so happy and he's so nice." Because of course, when you deal with people socially, most of the time, if not close to all of the time, your interaction with them is very jovial and upbeat and all of that. And so, do you feel like you're masking, that you're not being honest, that you're not being, your real true self to people when you're with them, or is that just how you feel it's good to be when you're in a social situation? Because you're telling me that you're in fact not comfortable in those situations usually, and you're not really happy.
It's true.
Even though everyone that is meeting you thinks, wow, he's so happy, he is so nice and so happy, he's always smiling and all that. Do you think you're just masking that by doing that? Therefore, the same thing with music? But magnified, perhaps?
I fooled you all really good. I fooled you so good. It is a front that I put on, and yet at the same time, the laughter, the smiling is about the potential of
Right.
being liked. And so if I'm in a situation where I feel like I'm being liked, either on stage or otherwise, that smile is about that. But at the same time, the smile and the warmth is the way that I've learned to get along in the world, and it does seem to be the way that helps people
Right,
to
because
like
if you
me.
weren't
That's what I
smiling,
want.
if you act differently, maybe people would like you less because you weren't smiling and happy. And
Yes, and if I'm feeling something angry or unhappy or something, I feel like if I really express that, especially on stage or in a musical situation that that's not appropriate and that will be not liked, and therefore it will bring that thing on that is the worst that I could imagine, which is to have people not like me.
Right.
You know, we're at this thing last night, and please, the people I was playing with, please forgive me that I'm going to bring this up if you happen to see this, but we went to this party after the gig, and I wanted to go home because I knew I was going to have to do this thing with you today, and I had these animals I wanted to take care of. I wanted to be home. I didn't want to go and go to this jam session they were going to, and yet I smiled and kind of acted like everything was okay, and it was very hard for me to ever get it out and express that I would kind of like to go because I didn't want to bum anybody out and be the drain, the negative force on this party, and so I wasn't going to express it. So I would sit here and I'd smile and I'd act nice, and things are okay. And
I'm wondering if we can go to another tape.
Bring it
and
on,
go back
man.
to some more history. Can we? How far do we go back here? Can we get something that's
actually most of
back
these
a
things,
ways?
most of these things that I would have are from the early '90s.
This isn't you here on
The Blues Jam.
the Blues Jam. Are you in here?
Yeah.
Is that something we can? Is that
Well,
queued up?
that's a great demonstration of how
Yeah.
I act really.
Right. I think that might be
Really
good.
happy. Although that, you know what we can do? Watch this. Wait a minute.
I'm watching.
This. Watch
I'm
this.
still
Wait,
watching.
Wait. There, look at that.
You've
Wait,
got a
what's
hole in
that
your
over
head.
here?
You have a hole in your head.
Look, that's us. Big boys.
It's frightening. Now I'm scared, kind of.
This that I will show you now is. You're scared?
Oh, well, I'm a little bit.
This is a drum
sing
solo,
myself.
and actually now there were times that I probably didn't look as scared as, or maybe I wasn't as scared. Here, we'll just show you.
Well, you tell me.
This
Okay.
is
Let's get you in there. I mean, you playing in there. Let me turn you up. Can you? Who's playing bass?
Tom Rivers.
Oh, yeah.
Really hit hard.
I'm gonna bring you down here. Okay, now. So this was, just as the history. So this was how long ago?
This was at the J.J. McCabe's blues sessions, which were, I'm figuring because that's when I did a lot of this taping was the early '90s. Could have been before that though, '88, '90.
It's hard for me to remember the dates.
I think this was one of those times. I don't know. I'm sure there are times when I was kind of having fun.
Yeah. Are you thinking? I mean, can you tell when you look at, do you see differences when you look at yourself on these different tapes? I mean,
Yeah,
as far as,
sometimes.
can you tell how you think you were feeling? I mean, just by looking at what you look like there. Wow. What do you
How do I look there? What I'm going to
you
do
look
here,
nuts there.
this was a tape with a lot of drummers from this blues jam at this exact same drum set. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to go all the way back like a half hour or 45 minutes and show you Jay Forrest.
Okay.
Who is like a total demonstration, I think, of confidence and relaxation behind the drum set. Do you think
Now,
that's true?
have you talked with Jay about that?
No. So you think
You're assuming that. I mean, because I bet if you talk to...
Let me show you this.
I bet if you talk to a lot of people who know you, who play with you, they might be surprised about all this that you're saying. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah. People are always
would be
surprised
surprised
when
that
they
you're
say,
that you have that much fear and anxiety about it.
Let me show you. Whoops! Did it again. Sorry. Okay, wait. Let me show you. This. Now I'm going to show you a drummer here. Look.
He doesn't have. Okay.
This is Jake Coffin with a band called Funkopolis.
You want me to turn this up for a minute?
Yeah. I just want to talk. I just wanted to point out that this guy, people call him the happy drummer. This is Jake Coffin playing with Funkopolis, as I said, back in the early '90s. He's a great drummer and a happy player, and people love that about him. Look, drum solo. My vision of this guy is that he has confidence about what he's playing. He's relaxed. He really enjoys it. He's loose.
And do you think you can tell that just from watching him play and listening to him? In other words, my point is that don't you think it's possible that people think that about you too by just looking at you and listening to you play, or do you think people can actually hear or see something, without knowing what's going on inside a person? I mean, you're saying that he's the happy drummer. Do you know that? I mean, would you know that if you talk to him, isn't it possible that isn't the case? I don't know.
It's certainly possible, but I do know Jake. I know this guy, pretty well, and I think I would know that about him. I think it would have come up in our conversations over the years if that were the case.
But the thing is that in his playing, what's actually coming out in his playing, you can't tell. Can you tell what's going on inside the person as far as their anxiety or their fear or their happiness or their, being calm or enjoyment? Can you tell that just by watching and listening to someone play? Do you think that actually comes out in the music?
I think with some people it does. I think sometimes, for instance, with me, like when I was showing you with Jumpin' Johnny, I think you can see a stiffness and a nervousness and a self-consciousness. I think if you're perceptive about people. However, that same kind of perception about people is what causes me the problem to begin with, because I look at people and I assume that I'm reading from them that they don't like me or that they do like me. It's all about this imagination thing, and so it obviously can do a person as much harm as it can good. It has for me. So, I'm sorry, you were about to say something.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, so when you see this video, or when you saw it, when you were taping it or whatever, what's going through your head? Are you just enjoying his playing, and that, I'm guessing and assuming that you are certainly that to a certain extent, but I'm guessing you're also making judgments, right, and
to the
comparing yourself to him.
Envious, jealous, and thinking, God, I wish, and especially when I see these people exhibiting the kind of qualities that I'm talking about not having myself, I'm thinking, my God, I wish I could be that free and that loose behind the drums so that I could enjoy what I do.
I think he's done now.
I think he's done with that one.
So, but you are someone that, even though that's the case, you are very supportive of all these people who you feel are very good drummers. In other words, you don't think, I mean, you're very supportive, and you go up and say, man, you sound really great, and you're not saying that just to be, what's the term?
Nice guy?
Yeah, or just to be,
patronizing individual.
I thought I was patronizing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, see how smart you are.
Well,
so are you? I mean, you in fact, when you see them and you talk to them, you say, "Wow, I really enjoy your playing. It's really good. It's really inspiring, or whatever." And you're not making any judgments, or you're not saying, "Wow, I really feel." I mean, you're not thinking to yourself while you're saying that, he's going to get all the gigs because he's so much better than I am, or. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Oftentimes, all that stuff is running through my head.
Are you putting another tape on?
I was getting ready to do another tape.
Oh, I see. You've picked one. Didn't let me pick it, huh?
Well, I was going to... Actually, I was going to...
What do you have?
I was going to put this thing in. Let's see if I can find it here. Again, forgive me because I forget what I'm doing. Okay, wait a minute. God. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Here we go.
There you go.
Okay, now we're in the opposite way, aren't we? Do you recognize this person?
Well, no, it's so small. Make it big.
Right.
Please make it big.
Hey, why is there this grainy line in there, too?
There's
that shouldn't
line
be there.
in there.
Do you recognize her now?
Well, no,
there is a line in there.
It's really hard to see.
It's not threaded
now
right or something.
Something's wrong. There's a black hole, and I guess there is.
Here, wait. I kept trying to do one of these effects. That's so cool. Okay, so now wait. So now we'll play this tape and see if I can get it to do. What
but
is
you
this?
got the silly line in there. That's a tape.
It's threaded wrongly. Wrongly? Is there such a word?
Well, you've used it. So.
Hey, wait. Oh, God, sorry. Wait. Can you hear us? Wait.
There you are. There's your head.
Oh, okay, there. I know you thought we were gone for a minute there, and that was scary.
The void.
The void. Devoid. Again, this is Bill Brennan and Chris Engleman.
Now,
Doctor.
we should make clear though that I'm not really a doctor.
What if someone's watching this TV
What if someone sees this and then they think I'm a doctor and they say, I want to talk to that. Of course, after they see this, there's no way they'd want to talk to this.
I want to talk to that doctor.
I want to talk to that doctor. So.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to get.
I'm a master.
Something has happened to my tape, and I'm so bummed.
Oh, it's Dawn.
I knew you would see.
Dawn and Dennis. That's at the Boulder Auto, I believe.
We're gonna talk here for a second as I try to get this tape straight. Let's talk about being a freelance musician for a minute here. Because I don't want it to sound like I've been sitting here whining for the last half hour, and I know that I have been.
In fact,
that is
what it has been.
I just wanted to.
No, it's
catharsis.
Right.
Bless you.
Did you play? That was a band you played with in the '90s. Was Catharsis?
No, that was Let's talk about being a freelance musician here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm nervous on tape. I'm nervous on camera.
You're nervous around me.
I'm nervous around.
I'm nervous around me.
You are? Let's talk about being a freelance musician. let's talk.
What would you like to talk about?
What has been like being a freelance musician?
Well,
being a guy that has played with the ubiquitous Chris Engleman. This is really bumming me out. Something's happened to my tape.
Or is that Snow White?
It is. This is Dawn, who used to play in the band The Pedestrians in Boulder, if anybody remembers that, and that's her boyfriend. Dennis. Here, let's see.
That must be the mezzanine at the Boulder Auto.
This is. Beautiful. Love that effect. That's why we're doing it.
Steve Ivy. The young Steve Ivy.
This is what I wanted to put this on because now 1991, Halloween night.
We were just children.
Let's talk about Steve Ivy. Tell me about him.
He was a child. Where are we?
There we are. Look at that! Look at that! Who's that?
I was bald then too.
Surprising. Put us down here. Okay. So you think they can hear us?
I think I've got it unbalanced. Speaking of being unbalanced.
This little stupid line right where he's snapping.
What's wrong with your old tape?
I know. I played it.
It's not cracked.
Something wrong. But it's okay for this. We can kind of talk about Steve. You know Steve very well.
I do.
He used to play drums for E-Town. He also is he's a great freelance musician like Chris, and has played with everybody, and he's a great drummer.
Yes.
What about him? Is he loose? Is he happy behind the drum? Can you talk about other people?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if that's appropriate or not.
All right, let me just take it from my perspective. I look at him and I think he's
He
confident.
certainly plays very confidently, yes. That's what I would say. And in fact, ultimately, as far as playing with someone, I mean, for producing the product of the music, that's the important thing, is that he's playing confidently, and so it comes out that, his time is very good, it's very assertive. He is, what he's putting out with his drumming and his music is very confident, and it sounds good in that way. I mean, I think in music, actually in some ways, I think the assertiveness and the confidence is what an audience picks up on as much as, it's the idea of if you're going to make a mistake, make a big mistake, because that's going to sound a lot better than if you're kind of limping around and you make a mistake. You're afraid to make a mistake and you're playing wimpy because the audience doesn't care if you make a mistake. Mostly they're not even going to know if you're making a mistake or not. But they are going to notice if your energy is not there or your confidence is not there. I mean, they don't know that it's about confidence, but an energy level that an audience is picking up on has a lot to do with confidence and assertiveness and all of that, I think.
I think you're right, I suppose.
What is going on in Steve Ivey's head, I have no idea. I don't know whether he's feeling comfortable or confident or happy or, that I don't know. But what's happening with his playing is that it's coming out being very confident and assertive. So if I had to just guess what's going on, I would say he's enjoying playing. That'd be my guess.
I always thought so. Big smile.
Big smile. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nelson Rangel. We'll be back. You'll be back.
Nelson Rangel.
Next break, he'll bring his horn.
He's messing.
Is it working, Chris? Is it turned on?
Is he being funny?
I think that's what Steve's kind of nature. Steve Kahn's nature to be.
What a funny guy.
Well, so tell me.
And
And we'll just leave this on in the background here. But I'm turning the sound down because I want to. What is it you look for in a drummer? What is it you appreciate in a drummer?
In fact, that is. What's going on there? What happened here?
Psychedelia.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is. I wanted you to see this.
Yeah,
this
but-
is great. Oh wait a minute. Oh man.
bear with us.
I am sorry.
While we try to figure out where
How
we
long
are.
has that been going on?
I don't know. Shoot. How did that happen? Oh, because I took that
Wipeout.
On my knees.
Which, speaking of Wipeout, I hope we get
We
to
do a lot
that
of
tape.
different stuff here.
Are we going to get to that tape? The Wipeout? I'd like to get to that tape.
This is song.
I'm messing with you, She's. I don't know what's going on. Did we see you there? Okay, here.
Wow. Well, it must have been Halloween.
It was.
I'm much more mature now. I think. Some would argue that.
This is a great group. Oh man! I'm sorry.
Just hit the knob as it were.
Yes, I helped you and you was down there.
Okay, we're gonna fade out of this here. As we're talking about this and all my fears, and all
Yes. What tape are you going to put on for us now? Life's not funny.
life is. Well, where did it go? I can't tell you what it was. Oh, okay. We kept talking about it. We're looking for a tape here. Oh, wait, we're down. Yeah, but I had turned this down so the vocal our talking wasn't coming through either.
Great. We want the Wipeout video. We want the Wipeout video. So you've conveniently misplaced the Wipeout video.
Okay, so what I was gonna say was, okay, we're good. Man, I am sorry. I
Just
apologize
calm
to
down.
everybody.
Calm down.
What I was
And yeah,
to do all this stuff, and yet
you weren't scared here, were you? Well, maybe you were actually, but not everyone would do this.
I came back.
Not everyone.
Oh, let's do it like this. Ooh, cool, psychedelic. I came back from a big bicycle trip and it was full of bravado. Would that be the
Wow.
word?
That's a
Bravado?
big word.
And
It's a really big word.
and and did a gig where I oh God, oh God.
It's a family show. It's a family
This is
show.
a family show, but this is Chucking the Cyclones, a nudist colony gig where I played standing up naked. However, I want to emphasize that you really can't see, at
Anything.
least on me,
Any
let's
what?
see, wait a minute. How can I do this so that we don't embarrass the public at home? And I can't do it.
You can do it.
Can't do it. Okay, here we go. Okay, now,
Okay, it's a nudist colony gig.
It's a nudist
You'll
colony
just-
New
yeah.
Year's Eve gig.
Right.
And
Now, the band's not nude.
the band's not nude, but I thought it was just like any other gig. So second set, I said, "Hey, you guys, I'm taking my clothes off like the audience." They said, "Yeah, right, sure, Bill." But
Now, why would you, what possessed you to do that? How about that? How should I say that?
I don't know what it was. I just got brave for some reason.
Did you think that the audience would like you better if you did it? I mean, do you think that was some
That
of
was
it?
certainly part of it, and it's true because I went
You were
out
a big
there.
hit then.
I was the hit of the party.
Right.
They couldn't believe that the band actually took their clothes off, or that somebody in the band did.
Right.
And I went and walked around with them during break with a coat over my naked body, still all naked, and they were like, "Thank you, man, thanks. It was so great that you did that." They thought I made the band. I made them feel like they were on stage,
Connected
and vice
with
versa.
the
Yeah.
audience.
And
how did the band feel about it?
watch Chucky's reaction, and you'll see how the band felt about
Chucky
this.
and the Cyclones.
Chucky and the
So
Cyclones,
this was
New Year's Eve,
90
1997.
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, it had to be 90, like 79 or 80 or something.
Wow, a long time ago.
Yeah, and the band.
Put that on, Alex. We gotta change coats, man.
Oops, sorry.
Wipeout. Famous naked wipeout.
Watch Chucky. Cannot believe it. Okay, that's enough of that. I wanted to make sure I didn't show anybody else in the audience that was naked in case there was a lawsuit involved here or something.
I think that's fine. So, but the point of showing that was not for entertainment. Let me see. What's
Whoops,
yeah.
whoops, whoops, whoops.
Yeah. The
This
point of
is-
showing that is what?
Look at my new T-shirt. The point of showing that was just for grins.
Okay.
And to show that, you know, of course, there have been times in these 25 years, 30 years, whatever, that I have had fun playing and many unique experiences. But in general, it has been a very self-conscious experience for me and a challenge. And I suppose a good one. And as I said before, I have loved the fact that it's made me a living, and I've gotten
A lot of freedom.
a lot of nice friends.
You've traveled some. How about that?
DOD tour.
And how do you feel about traveling now?
DOD tour. I don't like
Yeah.
to travel.
Do we have DOD tour?
Well, I have some clips of DOD tour on
Department of Defense, of course. It's sort of like a USO,
It is like a USO,
like a USO tour. And we did that in 1988 or 9, somewhere in there, right? Went to Korea.
Was it
and
like?
It was 88 or 89, I'm pretty sure. 88 maybe. Korea, Okinawa. And the classic place we played, of course, was Johnston Island, which is, well,
What it still is.
but it was, it's an island
nuclear.
where, right, as our person who briefed us when we first got to the island, he said there was a nuclear accident, a plutonium casing or something that broke open or split open, something like that.
While we were there.
Well, yeah, that happened too, right? But there's one before, and they store all the mustard gas and the blister gas from World War I, and the I don't know if mustard gas and blister gas. I remember. Where's that? Korea, Japan.
This was, well, I remember this. Jamie kneeling down to take a picture of one of these army. Now look at the size of that thing. It's enormous. Like big head topped head. There's a good shot.
Yeah,
a nice
there's
little-
the helicopter. Now here, speaking of not being afraid, however, there was an
Right,
opportunity.
right,
well,
right.
you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No,
You're
it's just
a better
the
storyteller than me.
we went up in this helicopter to get to one of the places we were playing, which was up in the mountains. I guess this is actually in the mountains. We are at the place.
Panmunjom?
No, it wasn't Panmunjom.
Oh.
Sorry.
Pilsung Range.
Pilsung Range. That's right.
Korea, South Korea.
And there's an opening out the back of the helicopter, right? Which is, I guess, where they put cargo and stuff in.
Right.
And at one point, I guess one of the pilots or somebody said that, that if someone wanted to, he could go to the back of the helicopter and, I guess, look out the back, dangle out the back. I don't know exactly. I mean, they tied you.
You know what it was? It was another one of my things where I'm looking there trying to be liked by people, and I'm trying to be in a good mood. So I'm saying to people, "Whoa, this is great!" But at the same time, there's always the element of truth in there because it was unbelievable what we were seeing. And he said he saw me looking out the side of the helicopter, going, "God, this is so great!" And he said, "Come here, you're just like a little kid." And he took me to the back and he strapped this thing around my waist and said, "You can almost dangle out the back of this."
Which you sort of did.
Sort of did.
You?
My legs at least
were
dangled out the back. Yeah.
Right. Now that's not being afraid.
A feared.
A scaredy cat.
Scared.
Particularly. I mean, none of the rest of us would do that. I certainly didn't want to do that. I enjoyed the helicopter ride. I think Jamie had different feelings about the helicopter.
He got
ride.
nauseous, didn't he?
He got very sick. Yeah.
Did he throw up in
I don't
the
think.
air?
No, I don't think he
Over
actually.
South Korea?
I don't think he actually threw up, but he was feeling a little peaked.
Look,
I don't remember.
this is one of our hosts.
Oh, really?
He just strapped on a guitar. Did he really play? I don't think he played. Oh, there's my
got me.
family in Kansas.
What's that got to do with the DOD?
Well, oh, wait, there's DOD. These were all just intermixed.
Oh, we didn't
kind
talk
of.
about our gas masks from that one show, though.
Yes,
I guess
we
it's
did.
probably when we get to Johnson Atoll. Oh,
Oops, doggone it. Sorry.
there's Johnson Island.
Atoll right there out the window of the
That's the
helicopter.
extent of Johnson Island. That's mostly a runway. It looks like from that view. Although it's not that long of a runway either. Do you remember landing there? It's a very short
Very
runway, so
short.
they came in at a very steep angle and had to really
Wasn't
hop
the
on
island
the
only
brakes.
like a mile
Well,
long?
something like
or
that,
something
right?
like that?
Right.
Although look, you're seeing the runway.
No,
Well,
you're
I
not.
can't really see. Not kind of. I guess you know.
Yeah.
Well,
You can see the runway. Sure.
Oh, and
And,
the one after this has been. This is what
Defense Nuclear Agency.
nuclear.
It's the Defense Nuclear Agency headquarters. But you're issued when you immediately get there, you go to this briefing room and they brief you about all this bad stuff that's on the island, and then they issue each person a gas mask. Bill is modeling one of those here at the moment. Or are you modeling the trash can? I just noticed that. Well, anyway, so and they give you injection for antidotes for if there's poison leaks or something. They have these different things that you're supposed to jab into your thigh.
Right.
Right.
Which Jamie tells the greatest story about, of course.
He does. We should have had him here
Oops.
for that story.
Well, we can get him in.
Yeah,
Get him
okay.
in to do another one.
He's got good stories. So, anyway, I
Go
guess
ahead.
you're modeling the gas mask here. And there was, I guess, the one time where we were playing. Can we talk about this? Is there like a top secret thing with all of this
Oh, what?
island,
What?
nuclear island stuff?
I don't think so. I think.
When we were playing, and all of a sudden, the army people that were watching us play all left. We thought, geez, were we really that bad?
Oh,
You remember? We
yes,
couldn't.
yes,
We
yes,
couldn't.
right,
Were we bad?
The-
Maybe
the
we
place
were bad.
disappeared.
Yeah, everyone
The crowd,
just
everybody
left.
disappeared.
So we found out a little later. I guess one of the army personnel, the soldiers, I don't know what you call them, told us that, well, in fact, there was a red alert because I guess they were moving one of the canisters containing one of these bad gases on a forklift, and it fell off or dropped or something and split open. So they had this red alert. So when there's all these different color alerts. When they had the red alert, everyone had to leave and man their stations or whatever, however that works. And but we're still around, aren't we?
We are.
We both did have hair before that, though. No,
That's right.
no,
See what happened. That's exactly what happened. So you remember this? Japanese or Japanese
McDonald's
or Korean? Japanese McDonald's. Oh wait, there's a great gas mask shop. There we are on Johnston Island.
Playing in our gas masks. Yeah. That's
Classic picture, you say?
I don't know. I don't know about classic, but it's a picture.
Just while we're just messing around here and just showing silly things, I thought there was something else I would like to show you.
Show me?
Yeah.
Hey, we're running out of time, aren't we?
I know. We have till 59:59.
We got 3 minutes.
And
Just,
we got 3 minutes, so I want to make sure.
boy, the time sure has flown.
Hasn't this been
It's been
fun
really
with,
fun.
with Dr. Chris Engleman and Bill Brennan?
Time has just flown. I can't believe that our time's almost up. Will you have me back?
Well, of course. Has
That'd
this
be
been
great.
fun for everybody out there too? Have you enjoyed this? I know it was silly, but it was an experiment. Remember, I'm just trying to.
This is an experiment.
This is an experiment, although it will be aired, and there are millions of glitches, of course. But how else
For
to
all the
learn
millions of
unless you-
viewers that will see it.
Millions upon zillions. I wonder if we were loud enough any of the time. I didn't even check these.
Billions and billions and billions.
Billions and billions. Billions upon billions. I hope who this is show here doesn't get mad at me for showing. I don't think we will.
Okay, girls.
Baby, I love you.
I've had her. She's worth about 150. Guilders.
I love you.
Brunhilde over there on the saxophone.
I think the next show ought to be the sax player is next. Don't you think?
Oh, good one. Yes.
And Michelle
Now, that was many
Bell
years
over
ago.
there.
That was also, I think, during those early 90s. That was
Looking
the
awfully
New
nice.
Year's Eve with Chris Daniels.
She's 150 guilders per night. That's guilders. You have to pay for it in Dutch
sorry.
currency.
Again, it was one of these things I was trying to record drummers.
And of
That's
course, Carlotta Lombada.
not what I'm trying to do. Okay, so we have 1 minute to go.
Man who
Okay.
looks strikingly
Summarize.
too good.
To summarize, I'm nuts.
Back on
I
the
can't help
drums,
it.
Know her and love her.
But you were trying to say something about playing music and some of the illusions about playing music, perhaps.
The illusions of playing music, perhaps.
That's what I said.
Well, I don't know what to say.
You better say goodbye.
I better say. Wait a minute. Let's
You better
do
say,
this.
wait a
Let's
minute.
do this. Wait. Let's do this. Wait. There we go. Okay. There's you and me, big fella, and there's us again, and we're gonna do this. Look.
Wow.
It is us,
That's
and
exciting.
then. No, wait.
Better say goodbye.
Better say goodbye. Okay, say goodbye. Say goodbye. Bye. This is really bye. Okay. God, at one point I was doing I was trying to adjust the DOD pictures, and I stopped this, put this on pause. So right when you were saying something, it'll glitch for just a second. But so now I don't know if any of this come out, or I got another hour. I can sit here and watch it, see
Yeah.
if it's worth even leaving with these guys.
Can you
You know?
check a minute? I gotta go.